The truth about narcissists and their inability to snap out of it. Please accept my greetings. Narcissists have a distorted self-image and a profound awareness that they don't measure up. As a result, individuals experience anxiety over projecting the wrong image of who they are, and they engage in socially unacceptable behaviors as a result. Narcissists are almost always driven primarily by a desire to improve their own status in life. We can't, however, take such behavior at face value, especially if the actor is making overstated claims. It's not indicative of a person with a positive sense of self, and it suggests that they're lacking something in their lives. Some vulnerable narcissists may actually have deep-seated feelings of self-loathing. It's terrible and sad in a word. As a result, they constantly worry that they will never succeed. Even if you manage to make $1 billion, that won't fix the underlying issue of your mental health. Regardless of how much effort they put into plotting, fibbing, and manipulating, narcissists can always count on these three things. Depression is a constant companion for narcissists because they are largely responsible for their own problems. A narcissist is someone who hides behind a mask of artificial smiles, self-assurance, and material wealth, but who is actually pained, afraid, and miserable. They have everything that life has to offer, yet that doesn't make their anxious feelings go away. In the end, no one who entered the narcissist's life, no matter how perfect they seemed at the time, turns out to be the one who changed everything. A narcissist's destructive motivation is an unhealthy fixation on achieving and retaining authority, which trumps any desire for change. To put it bluntly, narcissists are doomed. To put it more succinctly, they have now embarked on a path from which they will have significant difficulty in turning back. Therefore, narcissists may have certain constants in their lives. With this knowledge, you may better appreciate why their success is threatened by yours. To begin appreciating how they run their business, it helps to have some idea of what they hope to accomplish. Learning that they are their own worst enemy will provide light on why they are doomed to an eternity of misery and why they are not someone you should fear or envy. What's more, I demonstrated the process in this video. It seems like narcissists are cursed with an unending stream of misfortune. Whenever they leave the house, they always bring this along. They avoid being by themselves for fear of confronting their problem, which is constantly present. Narcissism, it seems, is a character flaw that may be punished. Narcissists, meanwhile, have to live with the knowledge that they are perpetual perfectionists. They'll never be happy, no matter how much money or fame they gain. In reality, though, they can never be satisfied with anything. In spite of everything, they continue to feel insignificant and useless on the inside. For them, there is always the feeling that there is more to gain and do. The narcissist doesn't seem to understand that their need for self-fulfillment can't be met by external validation or accumulation of wealth. The green gaze of envy dooms them to a life of constant wanting and comparing, no matter how much they acquire. If you constantly judge yourself against others, you'll never be happy. Narcissists also have a hard time accepting when they're wrong. Nothing, not even themselves, can offer them happiness. By contrast, narcissists are notorious for abusing their victims to the point where the latter actively seek to distance themselves from them. They have never once been capable of deciding for themselves what is in their own best interest. That's right, they just keep piling it on. There must be both extra people and extra things. They're already cursed, but now they're forced to live in continual fear. At any moment, someone could stand up to them and make them pay for their lies, or their hypocrisy could be exposed. This causes narcissists to constantly worry about what other people think of them. They can't find peace because they can't seem to stop worrying and worrying about everything. The narcissist is sure that other people only care about them because of what they can get out of it, and that they are entitled to continue receiving the same treatment they have been getting. They're afraid of being duped or found out. My narcissistic friend would often mask her feelings of inadequacy and jealousy with humor. She had a tendency to belittle people with her humor. One sort of narcissist uses humor to get narcissistic supply, make people feel comfortable around them, and hide their own shortcomings. In this video, I talked about the ways in which narcissists can employ humor, but this is no laughing issue. Narcissists are particularly vulnerable to the paralyzing effects of fear due to their singular focus on themselves. Their biggest worry is that the public will find out the truth, which would result in the shame they're desperately trying to avoid. First impressions aren't always accurate. They keep trying to hide their true identities in the hopes that no one will ever discover the truth. The paranoia, insecurity, manipulation, and defensiveness of a narcissist are all symptoms of a deeper problem, an extreme amount of fear. Last but not least, narcissists are bound to a life of disappointments since their expectations are constantly set too high. Their criteria for intimate friends are really high. They had an inflated sense of self-importance and were generally unpleasant to be around. Because they can never truly control or harm others the way they fantasize they will, they are trapped in a never-ending circle of disappointment. However much they believe they deserve it, they will not be successful in obtaining it. Because of their exaggerated feeling of entitlement, narcissists are prone to frequent outbursts of anger and depression when their needs aren't met. When they don't get their way, they tantrum like spoiled children. Narcissists are perpetually dissatisfied because they refuse to accept reality and admit they cannot influence the behavior of others or the results of any given scenario. Their obsession with controlling every detail will be their undoing. In light of this, the narcissist's life is, to put it mildly, not a particularly pleasant one. Given this, narcissists become irritated when they see other people enjoying themselves. The reason being, they're doomed to a life of disappointment, despair, and terror. The majority of people believe that narcissists can be helped, but the truth is that no one will provide them treatment if they reject. Narcissists need to make a choice to get well. No one on this team gets to decide if they will reform or not. However, narcissists are more concerned with keeping up appearances, like pretending more than being real. They would rather fake being cheerful, excited, and in love with everyone else, so that they may blend in. These people are master liars because they bring pain and suffering into the world by their own actions and then blame others. Their inability to express genuine concern for others stems from their continual preoccupation with themselves. To top it all off, they have a short fuse and find even minor annoyances to be quite irritating. When it comes to their game of dominance and power, humans are nothing more than dummy pawns. Today's society has become so emotionally numb that partners in love relationships have to constantly fib to each other in order to feel secure. The only constants in their existence are disappointment, dread, and sadness. They wish their pain upon everyone else. You should keep that in mind even if the narcissist seems content from the outside. You will be persuaded to assume that everything is fine when in fact, it is not. This is another reason why you should never, ever feel any envy toward a narcissist. Ideally, you gain some insight from this, as is always my sincere wish. If you found this to be helpful, please share it with others and give it a thumbs up. Our time together today has been really appreciated. Please subscribe to our channel and hit the bell button so you don't miss any of our future uploads. I appreciate it a lot.